Howdy, howdy, it's the Rodfather here. I think it was Tom Cruise and Jerry Maguire, and you'll correct me if I'm wrong, who said to the female star, who I think won an Oscar for this show, "You complete me. You complete me." Some of these writers, boy, they come up with stuff and suddenly it's everywhere, and people are saying, "You complete me." I've been always outgoing. I'm this big, huge, outgoing kid. I mean, I've always been extra size. By the time I entered middle school, I was well over 6 feet tall. And we're talking about 12, 13 years old. And I just like people, and people seem to like me. Now, that's not bragging or anything, because I want to make a point here. Um, in middle school, one day I met this kid back in the middle school, and we're talking the 70s here. Michael Jackson and, I Want You Back, and the other songs of the 70s. Sly and the Family Stone. How old are you again? Never mind. But we were at the cafeteria, and they're shutting down the cafeteria, and we went in for dinner rolls. Because back then they put a half a pound of butter and it's real butter on a dinner roll. And bread and butter is like a drug to me. Just one loaf, please, and a stick of butter. And so there was this kid, and we both wanted the last two dinner rolls. And I looked at him. He was like kind of just, and so I said, "Well, okay, I'll take one and you take the other." Well, I think he wanted both of them. Well, I ain't doing that. You have to get over it. I'm gonna take one and you take the other. And somehow we end up sitting together, and a friendship sort of started that day. He was really shy, but I got him talking, and other people came by, and I introduced him to people in school. And as time progressed, because we had one class together, I think it was fifth period, but we had one class together, and I would introduce him to people. But at one point, he would get angry if there were more than two or three people talking to. And I thought it was odd. I had never encountered anything like that. But over time, I went to his house, and I learned that his father was in the Air Force, and he moved around a lot. And he was really shy and had few friends. But over time, he wanted my attention exclusively. And he was like shooing away my friends who were there, like, we're talking. You have to wait until we're talking. And I'm going, and I'm, like I said, I'm 12, 13 years old. This is new. And it got to the point where he is showing up to my classes, and I'm going like, wait, you know, single black student here. And it was odd. Like all of a sudden, every place I went, he was there. And being a kid, not knowing anything to do, I was just mean to him one day, just mean and nasty to him. Because I was just overwhelmed. He was taking part of my life. And I felt bad about it. And at one point I didn't see him in school anymore. And there was a part of me that wondered if I had anything to do with that. One will never know. But I think if you're an outgoing person, sometimes you attract people who are not as outgoing. Some of us want to rescue those people. And then in rescue, they sort of overwhelm our lives. I know a woman who's very outgoing, married a man who had very few friends. In fact, our friendship ended because of her husband, because he accused us of having a relationship even though we had known each other for years. And he accused her of having a relationship with women, I found out later, and other people. And he depended on her for almost everything, to the point that she couldn't breathe. And again, she was outgoing. People liked her. I don't know if there was violence involved, but at one point, she told a mutual friend that she couldn't be everything for her husband. It was too much. You know, he depended on her for her social life. He depended, if he had a party or anything social, she had to go. And she had to be the person to break the ice at his functions with his job. And she was just overwhelmed by him because he was suffocating her, taking her life, alienating her friends, to the point, like the kid in junior high school, that I couldn't have any friends. She couldn't have any friends. And the marriage ended badly. He completed her, or she completed him. You can't. We can't fix people. We can love them. But sometimes we have to look at those signs. I can't fix you. I can be your friend. I can give you advice. But you need to be able to sail on your own. You can't depend on me for your air. I don't know if there's a remedy, but I can't complete you. I can be your friend, a boyfriend. I don't know about a husband. I've done that already. you know, um, but I can't be that, and I come across that now and then. Oh, Rodfather, and now I'm like, when I hear that too often, I kind of like sort of run to my corner and go, I could be wrong, but this is going a place that I've been before. And I can be your friend, but I can't be your air that you breathe. Wonder how many people watching this video has run into that. If you're in it right now, just know you can't be that. You can't fix a person. You can't be their guide. They have to find it their way. They have to find their own path, their own direction. Because if you give all of yourself away, you have nothing left for yourself. As always, I want to hear what you think about this. Meanwhile, if you watch me on YouTube, please like and subscribe. If you're on Instagram or TikTok, please hit the follow button. But I'd like to hear what you always say, because I'm fascinated by a lot of your comments. And I guarantee you I learn from you guys. Maybe we learn from each other. Meanwhile, this is Rodfather wishing everyone love, joy, peace, and happiness. Thank you a lot for watching. Bye-bye.